Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you how to detect if a player is jumping in Minecraft, just like that. So if you like Minecraft videos like this one, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft tutorials and other Minecraft videos. And so this video will be all about detecting if a player is jumping in Minecraft. As we see, if I jump, we'll get this beautiful title saying MaxStuff jumped. That is my in-game username. And yes, if anyone else would have jumped in this world, it would have displayed their name instead. And so the system I'll show you in this video will work for Minecraft Java Edition only. Sadly, this won't work for Bedrock Edition. And so this will work for any recent version of Minecraft Java Edition. And so 1.19, but also 1.18 and earlier versions will most likely work. Just try it out and it will probably work for you as long as you're playing in a version above 1.12. So let's go through how this is done, or at least how I've done it. There's probably multiple ways, probably better ways, but I'll just show you how I did it here. And maybe you can even improve this system. And so the basic idea here is that I create a scoreboard that increases if the player jumps. And that is detected by this command block over here. Then these two command blocks display the title, and then the scoreboard is reset again. So let's go through these commands one by one. And so we start off with this command over here, where we create the scoreboard that will keep track of how many jumps we do. Now, luckily, in the statistics menu of Minecraft, there is a statistic called jumps. It's right down here. Currently, I've done 170 jumps in this world. And because it's one of these statistics, you can actually track it using the scoreboard command. So let's see what this command looks like. So here it is. It is, of course, a scoreboard command. And we first do scoreboard objectives. And so we want to add a scoreboard for the jumps statistic. So here we specify the name of the scoreboard. In this case, I just call it jumps. That makes sense. You can change it to whatever though, as long as you make sure you know what you named it to. So jumps is fine in this case. And then the criteria, this is the important part. Here you'll have to put in exactly like this, minecraft.custom : minecraft.jump. If it's correct, it will show up in yellow here. And so of course I will also leave all the commands I show in this video in the description down below. But make sure you watch the rest of the video before you go commenting that something isn't working, because there are some small details you should take note of. But alright, let's see what this command now does. There we go, nothing at all. But we can see that yes, we have created a new objective called jumps. So that has worked here in the previous output. And so then the next command here is optional, and we'll just use it here to show off what is going on. So here if we put in the scoreboard objectives setDisplay sidebar jumps, this just means we can see the scoreboard on the right side of our screen. So if you press this button and that is done, we'll see that yes, we have setDisplay slot sidebar to show the objective jumps. And so now if we jump, there we go, we have a beautiful scoreboard that displays our jumps. It counts all our jumps. Every time we jump, it just increases by 1. And this will be how we'll detect the player jumping in the game. And now let's see how we can make use of this scoreboard. And so it's mainly done with this command block over here. It is a repeat command block that is set to always active, like this. And it's quite a small command here, so we will use an execute command. And we'll execute as a random player, so this means it will target a random player in your world. And then there's at s, which is not really necessary. But the important part here is the if statement. So this command executes if the entity @s, which means the specified player, which we specified here with @r. If that player has a scores of jumps of 1 or higher, then this command will execute. Where jumps is the name of the scoreboard we created earlier, make sure it's the same name as that one. And this means that as long as this value on the right of our screen, that's currently at 11, is 1 or higher, then this command will activate. And so let's set this to always active and press done. So now if we open the command block, we'll see that it says test passed, count is 1. And so this means that indeed our score is higher than 1 currently. And so the test has passed and it has executed. Now currently it doesn't do anything because I have turned off the rest of these command blocks. But let's see what these are. So these command blocks over here are the action which display the title that we saw at the start of the video. So these are chain command blocks and they are set to conditional. Then they will also be set that to always active to activate them. But let's see what's going on here. So here we use a title command. In this case, we show the title to the nearest player. We can show this to all players or to a random player or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on what you want. And so for the title, we add a selector like this, which just means that we want to put in the name of the player that jumped. If you want to know more about how to put usernames in commands like this, then check out the video. Link is in the top right of your screen, where I show more examples of this happening. And here we also specify that the player that is displayed must have at least a jumps value of 1 in their scoreboard. And this is just so that if there are multiple players on your server, it will display the right name of the player that has actually jumped and not of the player that didn't jump. This might not be 100% foolproof, but you'll just have to test it out if you want to try this on multiplayer, and let me know how that goes. And so then we also set the text to gold and to bold, and that's this entire title command. So if you press enter, yeah, we'll see that it currently isn't really working that well. And that is because every single tick, it checks if we have more than 1 jumps. It sees, yes, this player does have more than 1 jumps. And so it activates the title every single tick. So that's probably not what we want. So let's quickly go through to the next command. So this next command is just a title at p subtitle command, or at a. And this is just to add the just jumped below the text. I couldn't fit all of this in one line of the title command, so I just added it as a subtitle here. So I have just jumped in red and then an exclamation mark in aqua and bold, like that. And of course, this can be customized to whatever you want. So let's set this one to always active as well. Now, yeah, we get a whole lot more spam in our chat and it still doesn't look that great. We can still see that the text is already there, but let's move on to the final command block, which will solve this issue. And so this is, as the sign above it already mentions, the resetting of the scoreboard. So once again, use a scoreboard command here. And what we want to do is to set the scoreboard of a player and reset it back to 0. So that's just scoreboard players reset. We once again target the player that has at least 1 jump. Add R will work fine here. And then all we need to specify is which scoreboard to reset. And here we just put in the name of the scoreboard, which is jumps. And we set that to 0. So let's set that to always active as well. And there we go, it has stopped glitching. And now it just displays once and not again until we jump again. So if we jump again, there we go, it displays the title again. But you might notice that every time we jump, we also get this spam in the chat. To get rid of that, you just use /gamerule, commandBlockOutput, and set that to false. You have to make sure that B and O are capitalized, otherwise this command won't work. There we go, and now if we jump again, we'll see that our chat does not get spammed. You can also hold F3, press D to get rid of everything in the chat. And there we go. That is how to get that to work. So now every time we jump, we get this title command. But of course, instead of a title command, you could also just put here, for example, a teleport command, that every time the player jumps, you teleport them or you give them an item. Anything is possible with these commands over here. With the action, second action, of course, you can add as many commands here as you want. Anything you want to result from the player jumping, you can add it in between these two command blocks over here. And of course, if you want this to work only every 3 jumps, for example, so every 3 jumps the player does, they get teleported back to the start of a puzzle or something like that. That is also entirely possible. You just replace this one with a 3, but then also make sure you do that with the other ones here as well. It's not truly necessary, but it's just to get this all to be a bit more consistent. So put this to 3 as well. And there we go. So now, of course, since we have the scoreboard shown, we can jump. We'll see, yes, it just sets the jumps to 1. It sets the jumps to 2. Nothing has happened. But once we jump for the 3rd time, there we go. It's over. We get teleported back to the start, or we get this beautiful title scene on our screen. And so if you have something like this, you might not want to show the scoreboard. And so all you need to do is just put in scoreboard objectives, set display sidebar like this, nothing behind it, enter. And there we go, then it gets removed from that sidebar, and now it still works. As you can see, every 3 jumps we get the title, but we don't see the jumps on the right side of our screen. And so there we go, that is pretty much it. That is how to detect if a player is jumping in Minecraft. If you have any more questions about this, leave them in the comments down below, and I or anyone else will try to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Minecraft videos like this one. I want to thank my tier 3 member, the Smiggelaar. Thank you so much for becoming a tier 3 member. If you also want to become a member, click the blue join button below the video to check out the different tiers. But there we go, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. So until then, bye bye!